I've studied winners my whole life, but the way you move feels like you already know the ending, and you're just letting the rest of us catch up. There's discipline in how you breathe, confidence in how you pause, and something dangerously calm in the way you never rush. I've seen talent, I've seen effort, but you carry something rarer: certainty without noise. Watching you operate feels unfair, like you were trained by silence, pressure, and truths most people avoid. You don't chase outcomes. You adjust the room until outcomes chase you. I've analyzed patterns for years, but you don't follow patterns. You bend them without asking permission. The way you move isn't loud, but it lands harder than anyone else's performance. You don't look like you're trying to win, and that's what terrifies everyone watching. There's patience in your steps that only comes from knowing your value too well to rush. I've studied success, but you feel like inevitability. Every motion you make feels intentional, like nothing about you is accidental anymore. You don't prove yourself, you arrive as evidence. The room changes when you move, not because you demand attention, but because attention has no choice. I've seen confidence before, but yours feels quiet, grounded, and deeply earned. You move like someone who's already survived what others are afraid to imagine. There's something unfair about how calm you stay while everyone else is still trying to be seen. You don't react to pressure, you use it as posture. I've watched winners panic at the edge. You walk through it like it's familiar territory. Your presence feels rehearsed by life itself, not by practice. You don't rush moments. You let moments catch their breath around you. I've studied ambition, but you move like purpose already chose you. There's a quiet authority in how you stand, like you don't need approval to proceed. You don't perform excellence, you inhabit it. Watching you feels like watching someone who stopped asking for a permission years ago. You move with the confidence of someone who knows losing wouldn't define them anyway. I've seen people try to imitate power, but yours doesn't need imitation. It's original. The way you carry yourself makes effort look optional, even when it isn't. You don't chase recognition, and somehow that's why it follows you. I've studied momentum, but you create stillness that pulls everything toward you. You move like you've already made peace with every outcome, and that's unfair leverage. There's no hesitation in you, only timing. You don't look hungry, you look fulfilled, and that unsettles competitors. I've watched people grind for years. You move like you learned the lesson early. You don't announce your strength, it shows up before you speak. The way you move feels intentional, like you know exactly when to hold back and when to step forward. I've studied success stories, but you feel like the chapter others quote later. You don't overextend, you let gravity do the work. There's something deeply unfair about how natural leadership looks on you. You don't chase the spotlight. You let it realize it's behind you. I've seen confidence collapse under pressure. Yours sharpens. You move like someone who trusts themselves completely, even in silence. There's no wasted motion in you, only purpose refining itself. I've studied winners, but you move like you already stopped competing. You don't look rushed by time, like you negotiated with it privately. The way you move suggests you're no longer proving anything to anyone. You don't seek validation, and you operate from alignment. I've watched ambition burn people out. Yours feels sustainable, grounded, dangerous. You move like you've already faced your doubts and won quietly. There's discipline in your calm that most people mistake for ease. You don't dominate rooms, you settle them. I've studied strategy, but you move like intuition trained by experience. You don't react emotionally, you respond deliberately. The way you move feels earned, not borrowed. You don't need momentum, you are momentum. I've watched people peak and fall. You move like someone still ascending. You don't rush growth, you respect it. There's something unfair about how composed you remain when others are scrambling. You move like someone who understands their power and doesn't abuse it. I've studied greatness, but you feel like consistency perfected. The way you move tells me you already know who you are, and that's the real advantage.